Alright, so what we've got is the unboxing of the Tenax Powerbond system. Just arrived. Now the first thing that we notice is these are the mixing nozzles, and the first thing we've noticed is that it actually allows you to set the bead width, unlike the Integra one on the left, which is a fixed size. The Tenax one can be cut to a larger diameter, so we'll be able to gauge the diameter of the bead.
Cover the length as well.
Yeah, so the length of the mixing nozzle is significantly longer. It's almost twice the length, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But the diameter is about the same, or?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same.
It's very similar diameter, maybe a smidgen smaller, but not much in it. Okay. Now the other interesting thing is they've got a slightly different system here for the cap. So the cap is actually keyed differently on each side. That way when the cap is returned, you don't get cross-contamination, which is something that actually does happen often on the Integra nozzles. So the likelihood of spoilage per second use, you can't, it's a one-way system. Okay. So we should get a lot less cross-contamination. The gun is this here. The cartridge actually just sits in, thanks David, thusly, and then locks into position like that. Pretty standard sort of thing. You can't use a Integra gun with this system. You need to use the specific gun for the adhesive. Okay, we will be doing a gluing test shortly, and we'll update you on times. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, I reckon 5. That's 5 squeezes.
Hard to tell on the espresso cup scale, but
Yeah. So that's a fair amount of glue. That's pretty close actually. If you want to be sure, I reckon if you do 6 squeezes. So we do 6 just to be sure?
right.
We'll do 6.
We're going to be approaching our gel time if we're not careful, so
It should be okay. Gel time is about 5 minutes. We'll make a note of the temperature as well. But yeah, I can already see some gelling.
yep.
See that?
Yeah. You almost want to go closer down into the apex.
So that's at it's actually it's a little bit thicker than the Integra. If you have a look.
It doesn't run quite so much.
I'll get a razor blade and we'll see how well it's laid.
Yep.
All right, so you can blade it. You can blade it. So as for joints, this is going to be a lot easier. Yeah, it blades beautifully actually. Look. It's sticky.
We're about 3.5. It should be showing some signs of skinning.
Yeah. So it's 3 to 5 depending on the ambient temperature.
Yeah, and ambient is probably
About right.
16 at the moment.
Check that in there. Sorry, just stonemasons cleaning their tools as they go. We can pause it and have a look at that.
Okay, running.
Yeah. So we're at
So
6.5 minutes.
6.5, and
And it's gelling.
that's gelled enough to raise a fingerprint now.
Yeah. So the gel time's within what they were saying.
And that will no minimal residue on the finger now. And that's at
7 minutes.
so
We'll make a note of the temperature in a minute. Because I reckon the 5 minutes is at look at that.
probably at standard temperature.
Nothing's
25.
squeezed out. Sorry, I just put the thing back on and nothing's squeezed out as I put it on, which is good because
Get a clean reseal.
Clean reseal.
Seven and a half, and almost lost its tack now.
So what they said is that at about 25 degrees Celsius, we should be able to unclamp it in about 15 minutes, and a full working strength at 30 to 45.
Right.
So at 25 degrees Celsius, you're probably looking at about 30 minutes. We should be looking at probably about 45 at full strength.
Well, I would say at 10 minutes we'd be able to unclamp that. Not that we would, but it's...
But then, I mean, the problem with adhesives is if they're too quick, the bond strength is weak.
Yeah. But that,
Yeah, that's well.
that's lost its tack.
That's gone.
So that's fully skinned at 8. Right, back up. 9 minutes, we're going to blade
The sides just to have a look.
blade the join.
That's well and truly gelled.
That's nice. Cleans up well.
It cleans up really well. For joints, this is going to be much better. And you saw I only put one bead with the nozzle cut at the third, and look at the distribution of glue on that.
Yeah. And we'll see along the face when we take the tape off. But that's looking good. Just see how that section here blades off post gel. Okay, we're looking around about 10. One of the issues with the Integra is once it's gelled, it's hard to get it off to clean up for the...
No, this still cleans up.
Okay, for a back block,
I can really feel it now. It's really starting to
grip. But that's a clean finish. You could drop a back block straight on there.
Yes. But because it does give you a little bit more time than the Integra to work, you can get your whole thing glued up like this, face down.
Yep.
And now you would be back blocking.
One of the things that's surprising me a little, that's exothermic, but that hasn't warmed up at all. Is that?
Marginally.
A little, but it's nowhere near as
Yeah.
hot as the Integra.
No. No, nowhere near.
To all
It's,
intents and purposes, that's set hard.
Yeah,
Now
we'll
we've just got to wait for the
till,
bond strength to come
we'll
up.
wait till 15. Yeah, now it's just curing. I know my colour matching was a little bit out.
But let's have a look along that front join. Perfect penetration all the way.
Yeah. And
I guess we should.
the nozzle, you can actually cut the width like a normal silicone nozzle. You got graduated spacings. So what I actually did is I cut it on the third one. I put one bead. I'll show you the video after. I put one bead, like I had them open like that. I put one bead about there where that is, and then I just squeezed it and it just oozed out. So the third one was actually too much glue for the joint. So on the next test, I'll actually run it off the second one, a smaller bead, but just one bead. Because you know, you see Dart, the other guys put multiple beads. Well, with this one, we can adjust the nozzle size. Just one bead, bang.
That's quite stable there.
So now the question is how soon we can polish it.
Yeah. Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. It's still rubbery,
Yeah.
but it's you
That's
can.
great, because you can clean that up now with a blade and not affect your bond or your joint position.
Almost 17 minutes.
That is kind of a minimum 10 minutes before you would normally try it.
Oh, no, it's not. 21 minutes. At 25 minutes, I'll get the guys to see if they can hit it with the polishing pads.
Yep. But you wouldn't normally get a bead of Tenax quite that wide if you're doing a joint.
No,
But that's behaving pretty much exactly as you would expect Tenax to behave on a joint.
that's, yeah.
Potted Tenax. Here's our half an espresso cup.
It's actually gone, I think it's gone hard.
Should have.
Well, not really, because half of it isn't mixed properly.
Yeah, you'll probably find it's tacky right on the bottom, the first trigger pull. Oh.
Giving the plastic a little bit more Okay, so it's certainly not runny.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be as exothermic as the Integra, because that's not hot to touch, whereas the integral wood is
That's
red
also
hot to
gone
touch.
through where the first squeeze where it was
That's fully cured.
you know how, remember how Tenax has always got that little bit of residue on the top?
Yeah.
That's what you're looking at there, right?
Mind you, that's that I would say that's less residue than you
So
would normally
it's
get.
24 minutes. I'm going to get the guys to see if they can put a little pencil round on this.
Okay. We're at 25 minutes.
Yep. Water or safety stuff? No?
Water, yeah, go.
Root colour's not tight, Menno, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with the way that's...
No, I wanted to be able to see the glue.
Okay.
No, resume. You paused it. All right. We're doing a time with a new glue.
Fair enough. See? The glue's actually got a shine.
Blue's got a nice shine. Other than the colour match, that's behaving exactly as we would want it to. That's a very nicely polished pencil around there.
Yeah. Really good distribution too. And all we did was one beat at a third knot.
Yep.
Let's go back to the timer. So that's within 30 minutes. At what's today?
Where they're going to be at. So there's our temperature. And that's the original piece.
And that's also, it's interesting how the whole thing's gone off.
Yeah, solid. So
So
there was no
4.
pre-mix issues.
None. So four squeezes and you're good to go. I mean, we did 5 there, but that was, you can actually see where I added the next squeeze.